does not lie to me right now. We are live. So welcome everyone to the year's final Crypto VC pitching session. Just 1 second, guys. I'm not sure if we are live. Can anyone from InnMind team check it right now, please? Because we have a lot of investors also committed to watch us live on the live stream. Abdul, Mark, can you check it, please?
Yes, I'm checking.
Uh-huh.
We are live, but
yes, we are live.
Yeah, I see it. Sorry, I had some confusion in my tabs. December 7th, the end of 2022, and today we did not segmentize the Crypto VC pitching session between Metaverse NFT and GameFi startups and Web3 infrastructure startups. Today we have it all mixed, and as usually, traditionally, before giving the word to founders and give them the stage to pitch the startups, I want to invite investors for a short 1-minute presentation of your fund and investment thesis. And since Joe from Stratifed Capital is our common guest, who is already professional in Crypto VC pitching sessions, Joe, would you start, please?
Sure. Thank you, Natalie, for the introduction. Yeah, we are Stratifed Capital. We are registered in Singapore, and we focus on the Web3 early stage. And we have already invested about 30-ish in our portfolio, in covering the Metaverse, GameFi, infrastructure, layer 0, layer 2. So we could provide more than the money, because usually we don't lead, but we provide more resources to grow with you guys. And two things we are looking into. One is technology barrier, and second is the mass adoption potentials in recent years. So these are the two critical factors that we would like to see in the following pitching session. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Joe. And as I learned myself, since Stratifed Capital has connected with quite some startups from our previous pitching sessions, they do very, very careful due diligence. So get prepared for these founders. Okay.
We are friendly.
Yes. Asva Ventures, Prathamesh, can you please introduce briefly your investment thesis?
Hey, hi. Can you hear me?
Yeah, quite well.
Hello.
Hello. Can you please give us some words about Asva Ventures?
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes. So I'll just speak about Asva Ventures here in brief. So Asva Ventures is an Indian-based VC and accelerator, and we are an early stage VC where we are trying to explore upcoming Web3 trends, and we don't want to restrict ourselves to any one specific niche or sector. We are happy to explore blockchain infrastructure, GameFi, NFT, Metaverse, and all upcoming and exciting Web3 projects. And currently, we are working on our own accelerator program, where we want to onboard some early stage and exciting projects who we believe that is promising. And we aim to provide some basic growth frameworks and try to give some acceleration to the project. Yeah, so that's the the progress happening at Asva Ventures.
That was very laconic but informative. Thanks a lot. And I want to give a word to Jack or Ben from Alphabit Fund. Both are here today. Who wants to take a mic?
Yeah, I'll take it. But yeah, we're from Alphabit Fund. We've been established since about 2017. We're based in the Cayman Islands. We're pretty chain agnostic, sector agnostic. We like to get behind the team in quite early stage projects. We're also with Launchpool and GameFi. Launchpool's a pre-IDO platform, and GameFi is a IDO platform for gaming and metaverse projects. So yeah, interested in everything really.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Jack, for bringing it up, and welcome back to our pitching session. You are not the first, and hope not the last time today with us.
Of course.
I want to give a word to the new VC in our network and on our pitching sessions, Blockrocket, and Sagar from Blockrocket. Sagar, please.
Hi, Nelly. Thanks a lot for the invitation. Myself, Sagar, I'm based in Munich. Blockrocket is in a Web3 early stage VC with ticket size 100 to 500,000 euro. We invest in pre-seed and seed. We are fully regulated by German SEC BaFin, and we do like 10 to 15 startup investment. We don't do deep protocol or layer 1, layer 0 protocol investment because we don't call ourselves software engineers and we don't have that much tech due diligence expertise. So what we do is like very simple blockchain business use cases. So we invest in infrastructure side like wallet provider, analytical solution, or business that makes sense, and within next 2 to 3 years that business is using blockchain as a tech and can generate the revenue. So our thesis is very simple. As long as it solves the business purpose, we invest into any startups. One more thing we do is like we don't lead, but we lead in terms of like due diligence. As one of our partners come from private equity and venture capital with 20 plus years of experience, we do like 10 to 15 calls with founders, reference check. We write the investment memo of the startup, and we take also personality test. If you might have heard or might not have, Ray Dalio uses this 16 traits of personality. So if the founding team is like 2 or 3 guys, we send them our in-house personality test and they have to go through this personality test. Of course, that doesn't influence our investment decision, but it gives us lots of insight that how the founders will behave with each other, how extraordinary they are, how resilient they are, how greedy they are. And yeah, sharing my LinkedIn here. Happy to be part of this event and looking forward to help any founders seeking any advisory help or investment. Yeah.
Awesome, Sagar. Thanks a lot for this intro. And a short question here. Since you are a fully regulated VC, does it put extra limitations on you or during investing?
Sure. Yeah, I forgot to mention, we only do equity investment. So we are, as we are fully regulated, we only invest in US-based entity, a European region, and on top of that, Israel and Singapore entity. Other than this, we don't do anything. The entity should be registered under this jurisdiction. On top of that, there are some sort of limitation to do like a pure token deals. That's why we stay away from this, because it's hard to justify tax and jurisdiction. So we only do equity, and then top of like we sign the SAFT agreement. So our main niche and more sweet spot is equity investment. And then if they launch a token in future, we are okay with that, but we cannot do 100% token investment.
Awesome. Well, region-wise, I think majority of startups, except one from Japan, would be a fit for you. But let's see. The last but not least, investor for today, also new in our network, Kyber Ventures. Bao, would you like to introduce it briefly?
Hi guys. Great to be here. My first time joining this event. We are the investment arm of Kyber Network. I think a majority of you guys know Kyber already. We are one of the first tech in the world since 2017. And thanks to the revenue from the protocol and optimizing our treasury, we allocate some money to the VC. We formalized the VCs by beginning of this year. But actually, we started to invest since 2020. And we have quite a good investment in CeFi, DeFi, as well as infrastructure, game, Metaverse, like across multiple verticals. We are the people who skin in the game. We run multiple like Web3 business, and we can add a lot of value to our investee, including technology, product design, marketing, go-to-market, as well as connect you with to the top tier partners such as L1 Foundation, DeFi partner, and etc. Yeah, very happy to to be here today, and I hope that I can find a lot of good deals in this event. Thank you, guys.
Very nice, Bao. Thanks a lot for this intro, and welcome to our pitch session. I hope you will find some good startups to follow up for the deal for your potential portfolio. And right now we are ready to start the most exciting part, guys, the startup pitches. And I want to give the word to the startup that is based somewhere in between Liechtenstein and Canada. So today we have Janina from Liechtenstein from Polity Network, also known as Bastion. Janina, are you ready to pitch?
Absolutely. I'm going to do it together with Meta co-founder Alexander. I saw he's also already there together with Ben and Alexander from Switzerland and Zero and Igor, I believe. So we are ready to go.
Awesome.
Would I share my screen or would you share the presentation?
Yeah, can you please share your screen?
Absolutely.
And just a short reminder that to make it clear, every founder has 5 minutes to pitch, but then you have unlimited Q&A with investors. So investors are welcome to ask any questions they have, which are not confidential, of course.
Okay, sure. So the Polity Network is backed by Bastion Cooperative, Bastion DAO, which is a registered entity in the Principality of Liechtenstein, one of the most advanced in terms of crypto regulation. I myself was a lawyer with more than 10 years of experience, qualified mainly in Switzerland, but for the past 8 years in Liechtenstein, I've been supporting dozens of various startups and naturally have become part of one of the greatest that I have seen so far. The problem, in my opinion, is that, well, I do have my own Bitcoins, and I guess you guys have your own Bitcoins and Ether. And once you would like to invest them to get some returns, unless you're a professional crypto trader, you don't really know how to approach this problem. And what I have been doing so far for the last months, I've been interviewing like the professional crypto advisors and asset managers in this area. But it is extremely difficult if you're not professional to choose a professional provider. There is no benchmark, then you should do your own due diligence. And this is the problem which Polity Network is supposed to solve. It is supposed to both give a solution to professional clients mainly, and also, of course, the investors, and also, of course, the merchants, the asset managers, the crypto advisors, which would be able to find their clients on a platform and manage the assets on a non-custodial basis. So the market so far, there are around 5.7 million of high net worth individuals in Europe. Their total wealth is quite high. And as far as I know, talking to major family offices that will work with, at least 2-3% of their wealth is invested or will be invested in digital assets as alternative asset class. So the market, in our opinion, is there. Why right now? Because the market is actually getting mature despite of the FTX crash, which will still see as opportunity having proper governance and risk management and non-custodial solution. Technology is there, like those that we use are really professional technology providers, which Alexander is going to mention when he's going to talk about the product and the business model. Regarding the regulatory part, we've been in communication since 2020 with FMA Liechtenstein. In late 2021, we got the feedback that we are going to be unregulated unless we would like to be regulated on a voluntary basis. They're not any or not really the same direct competitors so far. Most of the exchanges, centralized and decentralized, do not offer the same thing. As I mentioned, we are backed by Polity DAO, the Bastion DAO, which is backed by Bastion Cooperative. We run our governance properly, like it is supposed to be on the financial markets. We have our board meetings, we have our voting. We sign up the documents in electronic forms. And here I would like to give the word to Alexander to give an overview about the business model and the product itself.
Thank you, Nina. Our scaling is intrinsically linked with our PDAO model. tokenization and decentralized governance provides a very powerful incentive to develop and scale a multi-sided platform, a marketplace in crypto financial services and products we are going to be developing. So it's a very strong alternative and probably a better alternative to traditional equity funded enterprise. Hence, we are 100% token based, and we'll be launching a SAFT, and it will be just a one token cap structure going forward, with the SAFT converting into tokens and also having additional permissionless tokens also in the space. Following the initial network development and scaling, which will take a few years, the standard or expected revenue streams kick in, starting with subscription revenues, which will be at first subsidizing transaction revenues on various portfolios, and last but not least, targeted advertisement revenues received where clients and participants accept advertisement. So our roadmap started with ideation, business model development, and proof of concept development, which has been done. Pre-seed funding has also been done. I'm actually the pre-seed investor. We are in the second stage, which is our MVP design, which is our lead architect is going to talk about, Igor. We are scoping this stage, and we are also in the process of seed finance initiation through the simple agreement for future tokens.
Yeah, guys, please, the last phrases to finish, since the time is over.
Okay, so if we can give a word to Igor, who is our lead architect, speak quickly about technology.
Well, Igor, I am really sorry, but we agreed that everyone will have 5 minutes speech opportunity. So I think that if there will be questions about technology part, you can go through them during Q&A. And right now, I welcome investors to ask questions. So who wants to ask Alex, Yanina, Igor, and other guys from Polity Network the questions? Yeah. Sagar, since you are very regulated fund and this is very regulated startup.
Sure. So Janina and Alexandra, thanks for the presentation. So what are your worst nightmare that this thing would not work?
The worst nightmare is not that it's not going to work, but the worst nightmare is that we will not be able to bring all the expertise to bear within a period of time to build it in time for the demand to kick in, because we believe it's the Goldilocks time for this kind of a project when people are shifting from the centralized CeFi crypto platforms towards more decentralized but still compliant infrastructures. And I think the time is now. It's in the next 2 to 3 years when the next wave of adoption, early majority adoption happens, and we want to make it happen within this period of time. So I guess this is probably the worst which can happen. It's not really being able to deliver when the time is right.
Nelly, if you allow me, I have a counter question, just one more.
Sure.
So you said like there will be like huge demand in next 2 to 3 years, right? So will you guys survive next 2 to 3 years?
Sorry.
And how? Yeah. How will you manage to survive next 2 to 3 years? Are you guys bootstrapped, self-funded, or you already have some?
We are currently self-funded. We will not be able to develop the minimum viable network, which is our product. I mean, it's minimum viable network from the marketplace perspective, not from the tech perspective. The MVP is fully bootstrapped and will be developed no matter what the funding is. And then it is subject to funding and the interest and certainly the market sentiment. Because the product is there, we spent 2 years working not just on the tech side, but also on the business modeling side, involved different advisors across the stack. So this is a highly business focused venture and the service focused venture, not just but with a very strong emphasis on technology. So both sides have been looked at and addressed quite extensively. Now, It does take time to build a multi-sided marketplace, so the time to market is much longer than in a more traditional Web3 startup.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sagar, for your questions. Any more questions to the team?
Yeah, can I just ask, what's your revenue model, or have you got any revenue projections?
There is no revenue for the first few years, as we subsidize both sides of the platform. The focus on adoption and the network effect, and then the subscription, transaction, advertising revenues kick in once there is sufficient adoption. When you start a marketplace, you typically subsidize one or both sides to ensure growth and adoption, which is obviously the experience of Web2 platforms as well as Web3 platforms.
Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ben. Any more questions to the team?
Actually, I'm curious to know more about the technology, if possible.
Sure. I'll just take 1 minute. Okay, so you can see that we have a multi-layered kind of a project, and we are heavily involved with the coder, R3 coder, and this is the basis for the POC. And I think we are one of the first, if not the first, company to start using Coder 5.0 developer preview for building actually something significant. And we try to be at the bleeding edge of technology, following the trends, but working with very mature battle-tested tooling. For the MVP, which is going to be our next step, we are looking at the multi-party computation tools to store digital assets. We think this is going to be the next big thing in storing the assets. And we have a concept which is known as wallet-centric architecture. It's a know-how and a very wallet-agnostic idea to connect the MPC wallet providers and traditional conservative investors. So the general case is to eliminate the hassle of getting invited, onboarded, installing mobile, desktop, and other techie applications to use the MPC wallets. What we are doing instead is we are building an intermediary level with the UI/UX that could be understood by the even the least accustomed with Web3 individuals, while we retain the security aspects of the MPC wallets. And as the part of the layer, we are also introducing the AML features. We are integrating with our partners like Slowmist and CoinFirm. And as for the post-MVP tech features, something interesting is the conclave confidential computing, self-sovereign identity. We have more interesting stuff about KYC and AML. It's going to be obviously for compliant privacy. And as for the advisor side of our platform, they are going to expect a suite of prospecting, content generation, and content management tools.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Any more questions to the team? Maybe not for now, since the project is very complex, but I remind everyone that right after this pitching session ends, we will contact all investors, share your pitch decks and startup profiles, ask for feedback, and then we will introduce you directly to the interested investors. First of all, with those that are here today in the Zoom session, and next day with all the rest investors from InnMind network who will get interested to follow up with you. So probably you can discuss the remaining questions privately with investors. Thanks a lot, Igor, Alex, Janina. Great job, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you a lot, Nelly. Thank you.
Thank you. Can you please stop your screen share? Okay, great. And right now, I want to invite the next startup that is pitching today. This time, it is a company from Singapore, UnoFarm, and the founder, Alex. Are you ready to pitch, Alex?
Yeah, guys, thanks for having me here today. So I'm going to share my screen now and start my presentation. So can you see my screen, guys?
It's starting. Yeah, right now, yes. Oh, you removed it.
Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. So my name is Alex.
No, we don't see your screen. Can you please start
we
it
don't.
again?
Oh, sorry, guys. I just closed it. Yeah, I think you can see it now, right?
Right now it's here. Can you make it bigger, please?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, I think
Yeah,
that's also fine.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, sorry. I will be just, showing the product, and yeah, maybe it will be better to use this one. So, my name is Alex. I'm a co-founder of UnoFarm, a DeFi yield aggregator and optimizer. We do have three main goals in our product: to maximize user profit, minimize their risk, and of course to save them time. And we see ourselves as a unique one entry point to the whole DeFi yield market yields opportunities. So I'll start from our team. Me and my two other partners, we have established a blockchain development company. It's called Mycelium Lab. So we have been producing blockchain and DeFi solutions for this last couple of years, and I would say, DeFi is our main area of expertise. So initially, UnoFarm was our internal project for our own staking and farming needs. And at some point, we understood that we are solving some real market problems and decided to make a go-to-market with this one. So currently, there is 15 guys working on this project, 8 devs, and the rest is the marketing department. So we do have a lot of nice advantages over the competitors, but I want to highlight the general ones. So first of all, we pay a lot of attention to the safety. And in terms of safety, we are not just integrating random yield sources, we're integrating and auditing them. We do have anti-reg pool system, fair reward distribution mechanism, inheritance mechanism, which will allow you to transfer your funds if something will go wrong with you, and of course the insurance pool. In terms of how you're going to use the product, we do have a lot of nice UI UX solutions which will make the usage of the protocol as simple as Web2 technologies. We'll give a nice portfolio analytics for our users, fiat gateway, and talking from the general point of view, we want to offer not just the retail solution, but the solution for the businesses itself. And I just came up to the general problem and our unique value proposition, like what we're doing better than the others. So there is a big problem on the DeFi yield aggregation market. It's APY volatility, meaning that when you're providing liquidity and you get some APY, you never know how much you will get tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. And you need to be inside the market every time. You need to swap your liquidity to the better place in order just to gain more return on top of it. So we have created, and it's already working inside our MVP. It's the feature called AutoStrats. So you can say that AutoStrats is some sort of a big APY arbitrage bot. So what it's doing, it's analyzing the real market data and making the calculations whether it's reasonable or not to move your liquidity from one yield source to another one. And if the answer is yes, liquidity will be moved automatically. Also, what we're doing inside, we're swapping some of the tokens. We have a possibility to swap some of the tokens inside, for instance, USDT to USDC. And this enlarge the possibilities of these swaps. And why it is so important? So this is quite, it's not complicated actually idea. It was very hard to implement, but it's not complicated. So we've run a back test of our AutoStrats, and this is the kind of result that we get. So if you just provide, so we've taken real market data from the Beefy Finance, one of our greatest competitors. So this is like 6 months market data. If you just stake and hold your USDT, USDC on Sushi, even with the reinvest, with the recompound, you'll get 7.4%. You'll be not lucky enough to have 9.2% on the quick swap, or unlucky to have only 2% on the jet swap. So Uno AutoStrats would perform 11.6% because the liquidity will be traveling and swapping from one yield source to another one. And the more volatile APY is, the more these possibilities of swaps exist, the more efficiently algorithm is working. And this is highlighted here on Ethereum USDT. So you can gain just 22.6% tops on the best yield source, but Uno would perform 55%, like more than 2 times bigger amount. So what we're trying to say here that we cannot guarantee you that you will get some sort of APY, like 10 or 15 or 20%, but we can guarantee that you will get the biggest APY on your liquidity possible. And a quick glimpse on the product itself. So we do have a product. It's live for 9 months. We've connected 4 different blockchains and 6 different yield sources. It's fully audited by the CertiK, which was done 2 months ago. I just wanted to show you the glimpse of our AutoStrats feature, how they're working. So it's not like some sort of a black box solution. Users have a full custody and understanding where their liquidity can be traveling, in which pool they can be allocated, and so on. So this is 100% transparent solution. Taking back to the presentation, so I want to mention that this solution is not just for retail customers. We are doing 2 integrations with 2 neobanks at this moment. So we act here as a white label solution for the businesses, and they either possess their own liquidity or the users possess some liquidity, and we can provide this technology for them. And actually, I guess the previous presentation guys, maybe we can collaborate with them, because we're actually doing something that they might be interested at. In terms of investment schedule, we're collecting 3 million for the whole ecosystem, and we do have a lot of features. I'm just, can't afford to talk about it in 5 minutes. So the fully diluted market cap for the public round is 25 million. For the seed round is 9 million. For the private current round is 16 million. So we're almost close seed round. We're closing private round as well. And I'm welcoming you to become our partner and maybe our liquidity provider and help us to grow this ecosystem. Also, I want to mention that we do have quite powerful partners. So we do have a partnership with the Chainlink. We're using the data feeds. We do have 1-year contract with the Cointelegraph. So the guys are helping us in the marketing and advertising for 1 year. We're in direct communication collaboration with a lot of different bridges, a lot of different blockchains and ecosystems. And also we have received a couple of grants from Polygon, Everscale, Aurora, and we're part of a couple of accelerator programs. So yeah, I guess this is it. Sorry, the time is up.
Yeah, thank you, Alex, for keeping attention to the timing. And I want to say great presentation. And
Thanks.
While you were presenting, I noticed you have Ava among partners.
Yep.
Very good project, on my opinion. That was also attracting investments on InnMind platform. And
actually, yeah, Faraj is one of our advisors. Faraj from Eva. Yeah.
That is cool. So later on, we should definitely catch up, because I know quite a couple of companies that would be also very good fit for you as partners. And great that you pointed out potential collaboration with Polity Bastion, because in addition to fundraising, startup founders should always be looking for business collaboration, for sure. So please.
Absolutely.
Questions to Alex.
Yeah, indeed. Like this is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll just say thanks for the pitch. Just wondering if you could walk through your go-to-market strategy.
Yeah, so our general go-to-market strategy is actually to absorb as much TVL as we can. So our current go-to-market strategy, apart from the general marketing activities, which we're doing for the retail customers, is to create a network of the business developers, which will be aiming for the high and ultra high net volume individuals in the different regions. And probably we're going to start from the Asian region, as well as crypto entities, which we are going to collaborate with us on this white label solution. So TVL is our main metric, and I personally see as a co-founder at CBDO that we do have a lot of potential in this direction in order to attract nice and sustainable TVL, because retail TVL can be quite unsustainable and unpredictable in different market situations.
Okay, sweet, thank you. And then what stage of development is the project at?
So like the protocol is live in the mainnet for the 9 months. We do have 4 blockchains connected, and we are connecting like the 5th one, Avalanche and Trader Joe, will be connected this month. So we do have a lot of infrastructure features that we need to create. So I guess the next year will be the year of like when we will continue to do the development, but the core ecosystem, the core like unique value proposition is done. I mean the autostrats, and the biggest issue for the next year, for the beginning of the next year, will be to actually teach this autostrat how to move liquidity from one blockchain to another one, meaning to be fully cross-chain product, cross-chain DApp.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, sweet. Thank you for your time.
Great, Jack. Thank you for your question. Any other questions to Alex?
Alex, the whole liquidity is getting strength day by day, and thanks to Uncle Sam, after FTX, everything is the table turned out completely 180 degree. How will you find liquidity and all this TVL for next 24 months? Because also like I'm VC second, but I started space in 2016. I know it's nothing new in this bear market, but regulator might hit harder with forcefully. They will come with full plan next year and make their miserable life with the token economics and this whole yield. Yield has to come from somewhere, right? So how are you prepared for this turmoil or whatever regulators scrutiny come next year? And will it hurt your ready to go to market strategy?
Yeah, of course. So like actually this is the hardest question for the whole like ecosystem, where to take TVL, because I'm talking to a lot of different entities and blockchains. They all are in a struggle for the TVL, and the thing is that for now, like the TVL is shrunk, as you mentioned, but this like a question of time when the market will go up, when the TVL will be more feasible for the different parties. So for now, what I see, we can try to accumulate some like different entities, maybe some maybe not entities, but high net volume individuals, trying to teach them DeFi, why it is so important, how they can beat how they can beat the inflation, for instance, because if they will just sit on their money, they will be losing it. And yeah, so the thing is that nobody can predict. I cannot answer to this question, like when the TVL and the general market will feel better. I don't have this ability. Like what we are trying to create here, we are trying to create a tool which will be very, very handy when the things will be better. And it's like, all these unicorn projects, they came out from the bearish market. So if you can sustain yourself on the bearish market, you will be, the leader of the next wave.
Indeed, that's a kind of motto for all the founders that are struggling right now. Just survive this period, and then everything will get better. Yeah, please, more questions to Alex. Any more questions from investors? Joe?
Yeah, I got one.
Hey, Joe.
So
nice to hear you.
Nice to meet you. So yeah, I think the higher APY come from your strategy to jump among different DeFi pool out there, right? Is it understanding correct?
Yeah, so we do have, let's say, big arbitrage bot for the APYs, and the system is detecting where your liquidity should be parked at this particular moment of time, always taking into consideration gas fees, pool saturation, amount of liquidity which you're going to move. Maybe it will be distributed partially in one pool, partially in another pool. So what are we trying to achieve? We're trying to achieve the maximization of APY. And actually, we do have some other tools which help us in this direction. I just didn't mention them into the presentation.
Yeah, then we will definitely have to look into your technology to prevent the higher gas fee and also the slippage, right? Because you're choosing different DeFi. So
yeah, yeah, sure. We can discuss separately, but I can mention that collaborating with the top-notch technologies for the swapping, like 1inch and Aurus protocols. They all are our partners, and we're using them inside Autostrats, inside some of the toolings. For instance, for now, we're bootstrapping the thing that you can get into any kind of pool from any kind of token, right? So we'll be using 1inch technology for this. And Autostrats wouldn't perform anything until it realized that the slippage is acceptable. So we do have this internal security levels as well. We're not just moving around liquidity without any like on the next second. We need to be sure that liquidity should be swapped. So we do have some delay in time in order to make sure that this is the right call for this. But yeah, we do have insider technology.
Okay, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Let us know if you want to get introduced later on and start your attentive due diligence of technology. So, Alex, thank you very much. It was a really great pitch, and I guess a lot of questions will get on follow-up after the session.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Project. And I already received in Telegram from people who are watching us live now in YouTube and LinkedIn requests to connect with you for partnership. So great job.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thank you. And right now I want to invite to pitch a startup from Netherlands, Aurus, and the founder, Alexi. Alexi, are you ready?
Hi, it's Jonathan from Aurus. How are you?
Jonathan, sorry, in my notes it's written Alexi. So Jonathan, of course, welcome to pitch if you're ready.
No problem, no problem. If the investors are interested, I'll be Alexi.
Great formula. So please start your screen share.
Let me get into that. Let's see if I can do a little bit better here.
And I know that some of European investors, for instance, 369 Capital, who unfortunately could not join us live, but will watch the session online, they love, for some reason, projects from Netherlands. So you have great chances. Please go on.
Excellent, cool. Can everybody hear me and can everybody see my screen?
Yes, very well.
Okay, excellent. All right, so I guess time starts now. So welcome to Aurus. We're actually a UK foundation with a fully approved FCA legal structure that provides a software network and blockchain infrastructure for global precious metals and fintech businesses to merge with the future of finance in the form of DeFi Web3 applications. So we give them high-tech products, a huge addressable market, and passive revenues, very importantly. The problem is in the markets, after consultation with the industry, with our team's mining and precious metal experts, there are three main problems. So for precious metal brokers, the model is outdated and the margins are very thin. For precious metal businesses, fintechs and investors, the precious metals do not generate a yield. So it makes it difficult to compete with other financial products. All these participants also lack the digital expertise and technological infrastructure to leverage its value. So we've addressed these problems by providing the tech infrastructure and support to tokenize precious metals on the blockchain and earn passive revenue streams, increase the transaction velocity of precious metals and earn yields in DeFi, and adopt these new technologies and connect with existing networks to access Web3. So the TLDR, we're building fintech in the front and DeFi in the back. We've built and successfully launched the following products on Ethereum and Polygon networks: T-Gold, T-Silver, and T-Platinum tokens, all fully backed by precious metals stored in a decentralized network of vaults. Aurus X, the governance token that enables its holders to earn a monthly yield based on a global precious metal token transactions. And the Aurus mobile app to buy, store, transfer, and swap your tokens while staking for yield too. And the vault card to safely store your assets offline. As we know, there is a large market share to disrupt across precious metals, as well as in crypto, DeFi, and gaming markets for real-world assets on the blockchain. The business model is simple. It's an equitable share of value between all stakeholders to ensure long-term sustainability. This value is in the form of rewards in gold, silver, and platinum tokens, shared firstly between Aurus's partners who actually provide the physical metals, and secondly to staked Aurus X token holders, Rewards are created initially by tokenization fees, 0.5% for gold and 1% for silver and platinum, and then regularly by on-chain transaction fees, 0.18% for all precious metals tokens. The team, well, the team is a great balance of precious metal experts, finance professionals, as well as crypto, gaming, DeFi, and blockchain expertise. This includes blockchain entrepreneurs, the ex-World Gold Council directors, large mining company execs, the ex-CEO of the largest gold ETF in the world, GLD, all spread between Asia, Europe, South America, and other regions. Tokenomics, always an interesting one. Aurus X is limited to 30 million tokens, hard capped, with 4.5 million reserved for the Aurus treasury. That's to generate revenues to sustainably fund the business operations long-term. By staking the Aurus X tokens, you can actually earn a monthly yield based on global precious metal token transactions. And the Aurus X tokens, therefore, have real value that will grow along with adoption and usage of the Aurus network. So the larger the network grows, the higher the rewards, and the more valuable AX tokens will become. Investing and staking schedules. We can spend a lot of time on this. You can review them in the next 2 slides. And we are happy to share our tokenomics document with you after this pitch. The target raise and allocation, $3.5 million offers equity and Aurus X tokens, depending on the investor, on either side which they'd like to take or all. $1 million for 10% post-money valuation, equity in Aurus Technologies Limited, which owns the IP and the tech. And the token offered, $2.28 per Aurus X token, 20% discount with a 9-month lockup period and fully vested after 21 months. I think important to note is the majority of the capital will be precious metals liquidity on exchanges, which will be a balance sheet asset, and most importantly, the engine room to fuel the entire ecosystem. If we look at competition, absolutely, there are more gold-backed tokens in the market. All with slight differences, but the main factors that differentiate Aurus, we're decentralized. Anyone can join. All metals are vaulted in multiple locations, and the revenues are shared with all stakeholders. We use open and scalable networks, Ethereum and Polygon. We focus on DeFi, real-world use cases, gaming, and enhancing existing business models. Traction-wise, we have a lot of partners. We focus on finding partners and models that we can replicate to increase the traction and adoption, like refinery partners in precious metals, gaming partners in traditional and Web3 gaming, fintechs and neobanks, organizations and unions with large membership bases. Just continuing with a bit of traction and future growth, SEMSA, a refinery broker, or a refinery which brought on 5 brokers recently with the potential of 15 more across Europe. Gaming partner, which we're going to launch with soon, will have 30 million users, all focused on Aurus and bringing incentives to their user base. A UK gold fintech, an MOU there, where we'll bring 35 million market cap to our precious metals with this partnership. A global faith organization, would you believe, with 13 million members, a large user base. We're busy building product for them. And the neobank in Asia who has the potential to open up 2 million gold wealth savings products. The roadmap, well, we've got the roadmap, some of the things we have achieved, and what we're looking to do 2023 and beyond. What is my time looking like?
Actually, you are right in time right now, if you stop.
Okay.
So,
Very good.
Jonathan,
Very good.
thank you. It was good pitch, and yeah, welcoming investors to ask questions.
Anything else to add? Do I get that chance?
If one sentence, the most important thing, please.
Okay. Seeing as this is based on Web3, DeFi, Metaverse, and a lot of other areas within crypto and blockchain, I think recently another problem has arisen, which is a lack of real-world assets with real-world value to bring stability to the crypto market. And T-Gold, T-Silver have proven over many, many years to have this value and real-world application. And therefore, our tokens actually enable all of these sectors, GameFi, Metaverse, DeFi, as well as traditional business models. Thank you.
That was beautiful. Thank you. And especially after this recent blog post of European Central Bank, which is criticized by many people in the community, but still addressing the same problems that you mentioned. Yeah, please. Who wants to ask questions?
Hi, Jonathan. I was just wondering if you had a legal opinion on your token being a utility or a security yet. Thanks.
Yeah, we did. We took a legal stance right from the start through a UK-based law firm on the Aurus X token. It is not a security. TLDR, it's not a security token, but it is a utility token.
Okay, Sam, thank you.
No problem.
Thank you, Jack. More questions to Jonathan? Joe, Bao, Sagar? Yeah, Joe, please.
All right, I will go. Jonathan, what is the secret sauce you are solving here, right? I mean, token and everything makes sense, which is like not a rocket science to understand, but what are the secret sauce you are solving and what is the motivation behind all these projects? Like how personally you are like emotionally connected with this project?
That's a good question. I come from South Africa and I was in the traditional finance market, advising, setting up offshore structures, offshore portfolios, investments, and lost a little bit of the motivation there because I was helping already wealthy people get wealthier, where I always had an interest in blockchain. So emotionally, my connection here and why I joined Aurus was because I could see the global potential of this, the many unbanked people, the many people with very little, where I come from on a day-to-day basis, who have a mobile phone and through this technology now have the ability to save in a sound asset, an asset that will protect their wealth and protect the 5 or 6 or 7 people they support on a daily basis. You know, and that's just one example where tokenized gold, you know, if we all look at it and we say, yeah, there's a Pax Gold, you know, there's a Tether Gold, great, you know, but they're all also serving mostly the already wealthy, where we're building products and we're building technology and through our application, putting that in the hands of potentially millions, right, to change their lives for the better for the future. And that's my emotional connection as to why I joined from many other ways I could have gone.
Makes sense. Thanks, John.
Thank you, Sagar. You have very interesting questions. Okay, Joe from Stratify, you wanted to ask question or not? I think you had some problems with the sound.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, right now, yes.
Perfect.
Oh, okay, sorry. So Jonathan, like a quick question is that to join your like tokenomics, I have to own the gold myself, or I could only like earn some gold ETF, and you could do some like proving, and then I could join to buy the tokens. Could you elaborate more on that?
So you can own the Aurus X token, no problem. You don't need to be a provider of the metals to earn the token, or to actually own the Aurus X token. No, it's a utility token. You can do that OTC through our regulated arm, which handles all trading and has a commodity and crypto trading license out of the DMCC.
Okay, I see. Yeah, maybe I got a follow-up question.
As part of the tokenomics, there is an allocation for incentives for liquidity providers, which would obviously, incentivize increasing the LP across all the precious metals pairs. And we are DEX focused because of the on-chain transactions that would happen there, which add to obviously the revenue model.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, this kind of innovative, I would say, kind of ideas. Thank you for bringing them out. Thank you.
No problem.
I agree with you, Joe. I saw so many projects since 2017 pitching some ideas about tokenization of gold mines from Africa, and so on and so forth, but nothing even compared to this business model. Well done, Jonathan. Thank you.
No, thank you very much. And I think just to elaborate a little bit there for Joe for full understanding, the Aurus X token, you can own that, and it actually earns you precious metals for staking it. And those precious metals come from the global transactions, right, that accrue in a rewards pool in gold, silver, and platinum. So you can actually earn gold, silver, and platinum just by owning the Aurus X token.
Nice.
Okay. Appreciate that.
No problem.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Jonathan. Great job, and we will follow up with you shortly.
Thank you.
Thanks. And right now, I want to invite the next startup pitching today. This time, it's a project from Japan, PromptSea, and the founder, Pisuf. I hope I pronounced your name correctly, right?
Yes, but my friends JD going to present the presentations.
Sure, please go on and start your screen share. Hello. Okay, I see it. Yeah.
Hi, am I on mute? Okay, you guys see this?
Yeah, JD, welcome. And the microphone is yours. You have 5 minutes. Please go on.
Okay, so all right. So we are from PromptSea, so which is AI generated artwork marketplace on demand. So what is AI generated artwork, right? So simply put, you could create these beautiful images by just simply putting text descriptions. Stock photography market size as of 2022 is 3.3 billions. But for AI generated photography is a new skyrocketing segment. However, there are 3 problems right now. First one, there's no place for to buy AI artworks, right? If I ask you where do you go buy NFTs, you probably say OpenSea. Well, if I ask you where do you go buy these AI artworks, there's no establishment right now. So there's like an opportunity here. Next one, there's like no on-demand Web3 AI generated platform. Even though there are more than 400,000 creators that actually like playing with this and practicing with this, but there is no place for them to actually earn money. Next one is a lack of clear intellectual property framework for this like creative work, right? So the solution for us is straightforward. We're going to create a marketplace specialized in AI generated artworks. We're going to create a platform both for like sales and hiring specialized to create this AI artwork. And we're going to provide a framework for AI for the intellectual properties. So it's an all-in-one solution for AI generated artwork marketplace. So we have a product, we have a live product right now, which is we launched it on October. You can check out PromptSea. And it's live on Polygon. Our revenue model is pretty straightforward. We have subscription fees, we have transactional fees, and we have freemium. Our experienced team, right? I would like to introduce Mr. Pisut, which is 5-year experience in crypto and blockchain space. He's a tech lead for Perlin blockchain, ex-Binance Launchpad projects. He also won many hackathons. Fabio, he has 15 years in academics, and he's a lead Japan tech communities and startups. Myself, JD, I'm a co-founder of Contribution DAO, which is a builder DAO in Thailand, one of the biggest builder DAO. And I'm myself, Thailand POC and operations, head of Thailand ambassadors and communities. And I'm also like lead in Celo Thailand DAO. There are 3 stakeholders with us right now. We have Protocol Labs, we have Consensus Mesh, and we have Contribution DAO. So 2 months of work, right? What we have done, we have launched our products and we have on board 7 creators. We have 11 collectors as well as 35 artworks. And we have a really good testimonial from our communities. Our roadmap, we have launched our products and we are going to launch on a new feature called Bounty Bot to onboard more users. These are the list of features that we actually gonna build within 2 years. We want to raise 400,000 with a valuation of 5 million this round, pre-seeded round. We have 2 competitors. We have PromptBase and we have Shutterstocks. However, these 2 doesn't have lack many features. For example, AI art is banned on Shutterstocks, and the end users cannot generate their AI image, right? And there is not cross-chain capabilities. and there is no on-demand AI artworks platform to hiring those creatives. And the commission fee is quite high for those two. Go-to-market strategy is straightforward again. We will do three things. First one, we will onboard as many quality creators as possible, as well as studios. How are we going to do that? We're going to have tutorials teaching people how to do AI by themselves. And if they're good, we accept them. We're going to provide a framework for IP since we're based in Japan. Japanese has a IP enforcement for all the animes, and they have the infrastructure for it. And we're going to have a hiring AI platform, hire these really good creators. Next one, we're going to partnership with online advertisement, online marketing agencies as a tooling for their artworks. We're going to base in Japan and Thailand, which have our operations, but we're going to expand to Southeast Asia pretty quick. Next one, we're going to have a community buildings normally, and we're going to partnership with NFT and artist communities. With these trees and with contribution DAO tractions, we believe we could onboard 10,000 users within few months. Thank you.
Thank you, JD. That was great presentation. Arigato.
Arigato.
And please, questions from investors. Don't forget to unmute yourself, guys, if you're asking anything. Joe, Bao, Jack, Ben, any questions?
Yeah, I've got one. What's the community looking like so far? What's your growth and projected growth for that?
So right now we have about we just launched our products on Polygon, right? We haven't bootstrap a lot of communities, but if you look at the partnership of us, we have contribution DAO, which is if you look at the Twitter account, we have like 20,000. If you look at like Facebook, we have like 100,000. If you look at Discord and Telegram, they are like 20,000. So we have already have a community base, right? We could bootstrap those community right away. And if you have we have a really strong base in Thailand. And hopefully once we have like a finished products, we already have a finished products. We just onboarding more people to learn about AI generated artworks and have them play about on our platform.
And how many daily users do you get on your platform?
Right now we have 7 creators, 11 collectors, and 35 artworks.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you, Ben. Bao, you also wanted to ask.
Yeah, the idea is very interesting. Can you support multiple language?
May I hear the question again? Maybe I have a bad signal.
So, okay. So, like, can you support multiple language for the artists, like in Thailand, in Japan?
I think we only.
Or you only support English?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Any
English
plan to
English and Japanese? Sorry. Yeah.
Okay. Any plan to like expand it more?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So how about like if you want to onboard 10,000 users, how much is the marketing cost? And also how much is the job burn rate now?
So actually contribution DAO, we have another spin-off called Accelerate. If you look at Accelerate, which is the first cross-chains NFT marketplace, one of our DAO community actually built that. If you look at the communities, they have about 20,000. The campaign is pretty simple. You could try the products and it's similar to like with KOL, right? And if we have an airdrop in the future, we probably will onboard those early, we will reward the early adopters. We're going to have a quest. You could do a lot of identities, for example, Qt or even like Galaxy Digital, which is our partnerships. those quests actually could onboard more than 10,000 for many projects if we participate to have token in the futures.
Okay, I'm assuming that you have 10,000 of a paid user who are paying like $15 per month.
No,
okay.
We don't assume that. We assume that we're gonna have a few model, right? The subscription fee for actually users who are serious to create this artwork, because there is no place for end user to actually build this easily, and they have that actually have a minting service and can pay with cash, not just crypto, right? Japanese can buy NFT with cash. So with these three elements, if like we could onboard few other like creators that actually want to play with these technologies, and maybe we have more subscriptions, right? Not only we have the same model with the OpenSea, we take commission fees, but we also have like subscription fees that actually user want to build some other stuff.
So one last questions. You know that the NFT like creator now, they create some very unique collection that you see the collection and you know the author, and okay, but through AI generation, can you create that? Like I am sure if we input the same information, we will have the same result. So I can control the uniqueness of the collection.
You mean selling the prompts, right? It's like a function based. You put same input, you get same output. You saying that, right?
Yeah.
So if you actually play with it, it has a lot of parameters. Yeah. So it's normally when they generate very unique, you want to keep your hash. You are like your prompts. Yeah. So it's quite like super long prompts to actually create like an image like this. So I think the uniqueness is actually the people who have the skill to create these tools. They don't want to give it to anybody else, but once they create it, they could hash those into like a privacy encryptions, and whoever buy the actual artworks could see the prompt.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. That's all my questions.
Thank you, Bao, for your questions. And if you will wish to follow up privately with GD and the team, let us know. We will gladly introduce you.
Thank you.
Yeah, GD, thanks a lot for your presentation, and we will be in touch with you. Good luck with the project development. I was playing half of the night yesterday with DALL-E AI to create images. I think this will be definitely the next hype around all these AI creatives. Cool project. Okay, we have two startups for today more, and I want to invite the startup from Spain, Metasport Arena, and the founder, Julian. I'm also in Spain, Julian, in Barcelona.
Hi, Nelly. Well, actually, I'm from Barcelona. Well, I'm French in Barcelona, but at the moment, I'm in Krakow in Poland.
Ah, okay. In
So
Web3, the world is limitless.
Yeah, Barcelona is the #1 city.
Yes, but not yet for crypto regulation. So if some people from Spanish or Catalan government are watching our live stream, guys, do something with that. Make Spain a crypto-friendly country, please.
Please. Very important for everybody.
Yep. So please start your screen share.
Yes. First of all, Nave, thank you for having us, and thank you everyone for being there. I am Julian, the founder of Metasport Arena. Before we start, like a lot of people ask always, what is a metaverse, you know, and the way we see the metaverse, what is it going to become? And for us, we see the metaverse to be the next social media platform in the future, the way TikTok, Instagram has been, and the way from mail, as you have seen from TikTok, the way we have been communicating lately, that's really how we see it to evolve. And that's what we want to create as our next way to connect between peoples. One thing we like to mention as well is that last month we've been awarded the European Metaverse Award for Sports Event and Brand Initiative. And so that's something we are very proud, because it kind of awarded us for the year and a half of hard work we have put into this. Now, what is Metasport Arena, and more importantly, what is Sam Arena, which is our metaverse? It's an ecosystem where sports and entertainment coexist within a shared universe. It's a new world that we have created for the next level of sports, e-commerce, live event, and where we hope that memories and fantasies are going to be built and created for more than 4 billion fans. Now, within the last 2 years, we have seen a lot of challenges grow with around us. We have billions of fans that cannot attend stadium, either because they cannot afford it, they cannot travel with COVID, or now with a rising cost. For team brands and federation, they also struggle because the new generation doesn't want to watch TV. They don't want to go to the stadium, and therefore, they spend 8 hours in front of a computer, but not 1.5 hours in front of a TV or in a stadiums. They're also confused because more and more we see this mini experience, coming out. But now a fan in general support 5 to 6 different sports teams, with sports exploding globally. Now, how do they do if they have to connect their wallet all the time in and out? Is confusing for now. And finally, for the last challenge we cover is the sports entities that truly struggles to create these new revenues. Money is always important for sports team. It's a big business. And of course, this is something we do cover, sorry. So in terms of the solution that what we provide, we have created a metaverse to engage with all sports teams so they can, of course, provide their avatars, digital wearables, virtual stadiums. We have widgets such as Live that do, of course, engage with the user 24/7, reward them, which is very important. We do provide the metaverse, as I mentioned before, it's an all-in-one solution where fans and teams can cross-pollinate between each other. And that's very important, the same way social media have done this in the last 20 years. And that's why we saw the fan engagement exploded in the last 20 years. And finally, we want to create a 24/7 activity involving the whole family. So in terms of opportunity, what do we see? 4 billion fans, more than 400 professional teams around the world, thousands of athletes, but more importantly, it's a 300 billion market by 2030. And that's something that we want to tackle on. Now, we call our metaverse a 24-hour activity, and we call it the new spend. Why the new spend? Because of network, engage, and work. Network with your peers, engage with your friends. Stream, you can stream your sports game, you can stream your esports, play the game you like, earn your rewards, earn your tokens, NFT collect, NFT trade, and digital wearables and assets. So it's really a metaverse for the whole family, from the young kids all the way to the adult. I'm not going to say grandma. Now, as a metaverse, we have a unique technology because we are the first metaverse to have audio rooms of 400 people plus. That's the first thing. The second thing we do have, of course, we have our own avatar. So the team that come on board, they can monetize when they join us their asset, their players' avatars, their stadiums, and of course, their digital wearables. Same thing with the brands. It's all about revenue, we all know. And the brands are now slowly coming into the metaverse, and they can now, of course, monetize their wearables within our platform. We have our own marketplace, which is always exciting when you want to reach your fan to be able to sell their product. They can put their NFT there, and they can sell their NFT, create their own stores. We also, because we have such a big city created, we want to make work fun again. Everybody now work from somewhere around the world. And the way we have done is that we have created offices, 3D offices, that now we give all the tools to make the world remote just a word. And, people can work remotely, but be at work again in the office. And that's very important in our platform. So why are we so different? As I say, we're the first metaverse to offer 400 people's room. We are the first metaverse to build land for the fans. Every stadium we put 2,500 lands. We stream, and we have partnered already with SAS TV. We have the Live we are the first one to implement the Live token. But more importantly, we want to be affordable for all fans because we don't want to be, a market for just 1% of the NFT holders, which is right now. We answer by smart chains. I covered already all the other points. But again, we have our own in-game token currency called SAM. It's not on any exchange. It hasn't lost any value during the bear market because it's stable at 4 cents. We are a growing community. We haven't spent too much time yet because we wanted during the bear market spend money in our development of the product, and we are now beta ready to launch. We have a team very seasoned because I come from a fan engagement and a sports marketing background. Peter, my co-founder, come from a software sales. Brian has 7 NFT sold out product, and Nehal has 18 years of gaming technologies. Plus a team that is behind Ninja and our advisors. We come from the sports industry, the TV industry, and the NFT industry. Our roadmap is quite simple. We update it every 2 quarters. As you know, in technology, we move up and down depending how fast we have. But we are on target with a Q4. Exactly that is there from the beta launch or smart contract tested or brand awareness and marketing. So we are ready for this. In terms of the revenue streams, we have 6 different revenue streams that we can, of course, provide and for us to be sustainable, from the NFT sale to the transaction fee, land sales, player subscription, revenues, and advertising revenues. I'm sorry, I blocked my screen. So I will not go in details on all this, but that's the way we look at it. As year one start next year, we look to make 11 millions, all the way to in 6 years, 160 millions. How do we do that? Of course, every stadium we do have, we break it into an NFTs. Each seed become an NFT, each variable is an NFT. So we really have this broke down our world to be able to quantify this as much as possible and monetize this as possible. Cost, I'm not going to cover. This is something we can ask during the question, so I don't waste your time. But what we're looking more importantly, we're looking to raise 1 million equity. This can be through 2 things, either through token sales or, of course, through pure equity. And the way we want to spend the funds is also quite important. Is of course through the user acquisition, key team acquisition to develop, of course. In terms of key team, I mean sports team acquisition, or team growth and or marketing.
Yeah, thank you, Julien. You are nearly in time, and it was a really interesting presentation. So, questions from investors, please. And unfortunately, Bao needed to go. It was very late his time, but he will definitely watch your presentation in recording and give
no problem.
Mm-hmm. So, Joe, Jack, Ben, any questions? Don't forget to unmute yourself. Yeah, please, Joe.
Yeah, I got one. So yeah, and realize that to build in a metaverse is really, really costly. It costs you very much. So from your budget allocation, you spend most of the time on the marketing or user acquisition, but not mostly on development. So I want to realize that do you have already some existing models that you could build your metaverse already, or you could talk more about the progress on your metaverse?
For sure. So we are beta ready. In terms of the user acquisition, we have done something completely different, as you have seen before. It's because we partner with a team. And when we partner with a team, we give them a profit share of the revenue sale on the revenue we are create through their collection of jerseys, through the NFT stadiums. And therefore, the team does the marketing for us. So therefore, we reduce our marketing cost this way. Now, in terms of when you say to develop a metaverse is very costly, I would agree, but at the same time, I'm going to say it doesn't have to be. Right now, for the last year and a half, for example, everything I've been bootstrapped by myself and Peter, and we have spent 125,000 to develop a beta-ready metaverse.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I see. So you spend like much of your budget on the user acquisition. So could you talk more about the go-to-market strategy? Oh,
we spend all our budget on development. It was a bear market, and it's again sometimes people call me crazy, but we are in a bear market. Why would I spend money on developing a community in a bear market where people are not going to buy the NFTs? People don't really, people prefer saving money or take money from the account. So we were like, you know what? Let's spend money on building it, because at the end of the day, we are builders. Let's build.
Yeah, agree with that. So what's your go-to-market strategy after you build in all of this?
So right now this is built, or what you see, the CTB behind me is built, and now we are approaching the team. So we're in talk with already 25 teams to get them on board. And when we build them, we build the stadiums. We get, of course, their wearable collection, jerseys. And of course, around this, we put the land. So when the fan comes, the fan has 3 possibilities to buy NFTs, either the land, the wearables, or the avatars. And who doesn't want, as an example, buy at the moment an avatar of Mbappe, or an avatar of Messi, or an avatar of Neymar, during the World Cup. So that's why we are now in talk with Paris Saint-Germain, and we are trying to finalize this to be able to launch the Paris Saint-Germain collection, assuming everything goes well, by February 2023.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Joe, for your questions. Any more questions to Julien? And while investors are deciding whether to unmute themselves, Julian, we should also connect you to the startup from our acceleration program, Crazy Meta from China. They are doing wearable NFT shoes, sneakers. And I think it could be an interesting potential partner for you also over.
Pleasure. We believe the metaverse, is like a football team. With 11 players, you success. With one individual, it doesn't work. And that's how we have built this. I didn't talk about the partners, but we already have very good partners on board to be able to move this. And Oracle just approached us actually to be their one of their user case.
Yeah, that's true. And also one of the investors who wanted to join our Zoom today, but did not manage, he will watch recording. Zach from Everyrealm VC, they are focusing specifically on Metaverse. So we will definitely send him your deck and recorded pitch and get a feedback.
Superb. Thank you very much.
So Jack, Ben, any questions to Julian?
No.
Yeah, all my stuff was community focused. Thank you, though.
Thank you. Thank you, Julian. You can stop your screen share and we will follow up shortly. So, and I want attention from investors right now because we have last but not least startup, since it is 2022 year's final pitching session, and Joe has such a beautiful Christmas tree behind him, so he creates a positive mood. I want to invite to pitch an unusual startup for today. So this is startup from Kazakhstan, and why it's that unusual? Shell Shocked is the startup founded by teenagers. All the founders are around 16-year-old, very brave techie guys who are building their first GameFi Metaverse startup. So we thought that it should be great opportunity for them to pitch and listen to your feedback. So Andrew and the team, are you ready?
Yes, sure.
Awesome.
We're ready. 1 second, my teammate will start the demo. So 1 second.
Sure.
Do you see it?
Anastas, it is uploading right now.
Okay.
Yeah, right now we see it. Can you make it a little bit bigger? Just close the right tab with the menu. Okay.
The right tab, it's nearly the left.
It's okay. It's okay. You can go on with that right now, since we see your screen and everything is visible. So please go on, guys. You have 5 minutes to pitch. Do your best.
Yeah, thank you. So hello, my name is Andrew Galaktionov, and I'm the CEO of Shell Shocked Startup.
Let's first.
Yeah, sure. We are building.
Let's first. Okay, so
we're building the game shooter with GameFi and blockchain elements.
Let's first tell you what we have achieved.
Yeah. So far we have a total Telegram and a Twitter reach of 600 people, which is not a particularly small number considering that we started working on this project in September, and we have a complete concept of our project and a white paper ready to go.
Well, we also have completely finished concept art showing graphics, characters, weapons, and terrains, as well as completely ready site where you can see all the concepts. Let's tell you what we are building, our goals, and why we do this. In spite of our age, many of our team have been crypto enthusiasts for several years. Since we have experience in both Web2 and Web3 areas, we can see all the disadvantages of these areas. Our main problem is that the most of Web3 games are not interesting for Web2 audience, which is a great opportunity for development of crypto, blockchain, and Web3. Web3 projects are not interesting for Web2 audience because they are made not to get good mood, good emotions, but to make money. Our main goal is to become a bridge between Web2 and Web3 gamers and attract a huge Web2 audience into the Web3 market by developing a game with integrated elements of the NFT, blockchain, and tokenized economy that will simultaneously include the distinguishing features of the Web2 sphere, namely well-developed plot and world, good graphics, and mood. Now let's tell you about us. As you already know, my name is Andrew Galtonov. I'm 17 years old and I'm the founder of the startup Shellshack. I've been studying and being a crypto enthusiast for 3 years. I'm also a Solidity developer and Python developer, and I have experience in Near Protocol working as a student developer. Also, I participated in the development of the largest music bot Rhythm. It's just an interesting fact about me.
My name is Platon Linik. I'm 17 years old. I'm the co-CEO of Shellshack. I'm currently in my second year of college and studying to be a business lawyer. I had experience as a chef accountant.
All right, hello. So building on that, my name is Margolan Saganzik. I'm 17 years old as well, and I'm a web developer and co-CEO of the Shellshack project. CEO, sorry for that. I have been studying different areas of programming languages for 4 years, and right now I know JavaScript, HTML, Python, CSS, Solidity, and I've been kind of practicing. I was doing a freelance for 1 year.
Hello, my name is Anastas and I'm 16 years old. I am the co-founder of the project. Also, I'm a creative director. I had the experience of working sales manager in an oil company called Petrofon. Also, I'm responsible for working out for the world, concepts, weapons, characters, locations, and so on.
Well, we are currently raising funds in a pre-seed round to create an MVP and reach the first big audience.
Let's take a closer look at this round. We raised $200,000 as 5% of the total supply.
Going with the same pace, we also have several more rounds in which we'll collect around $3,200,000 in total. And we have allocated around 21% of tokenomics for all rounds.
So you may ask if $200,000 is enough to create MVP. And I will answer that this is enough because in our region, the salary is lower. For example, the average salary of the Solidity developer in Kazakhstan is $3,500 per month.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you very much for your attention and waiting for your questions if you have.
Thank you, guys. It was great job, really. And I see that your presentation significantly improved since we talked last time. So I welcome investors not only to ask questions, but also to give your feedback. This is the new generation that will rule the game after us. So help them. Yeah, Joe, please.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. I'm just starting in school when I was in your age. So yeah, appreciate. I think you got a good elaboration on your backgrounds and your tokenomics and your token plan. But I will give you some feedbacks that I would like to know more about the product itself, because as an investor, we care about the fundamental things. So you're building the games, and you can talk more about some like how to play or some character or some storyline behind your game, because when we know that, we could know more about what you are talking about, because we want to learn the story, but we buy the story, we invest in the story. So we know that after that, I have really strong confidence that you are a strong team to bring them out. But bring what out? What is the product? Is the thing that you could talk more in the future. But overall, I appreciate your breadth, and I think you got a good job on the teamwork, and every partners take part in this presentation, and I think this is amazing. So keep building, keep going. Thank you.
Yeah, I fully agree, Joe. At this age, I also was useless, doing nothing really significant. So that's impressive. Yeah. Okay, Jack, Ben, any comments, feedback?
Yeah, again, sorry.
Yeah, go on, Jack. Keep on, Jack.
Yeah, again, just props for your guys' age. Yeah, to think the things I was doing at 16 compared to now. So yeah, congrats, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I just wanted to ask, have you got a plan of marketing your product when it does go to market?
Yes, sure. Right now, we prepared the plan for creating our auditory is by promoting on the Twitter, promoting on the Web2, like by Web2, I mean ordinary gaming communities, and also we plan to have one airdrop. But right now we're discussing about this because the airdrop can be the toxic people around, like bots and bonus hunters.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Just keep the airdrop nice and low. You're saying the right things, so yeah, keep it up. Really impressive, guys. Very impressed.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. Any more questions or comments, maybe from mature founders? Maybe not for the moment. So, guys, Andrew and the team, thanks a lot for your presentation. You really did good job. There is a long way into development, but I'm sure with such a good team and willingness to learn fast and to implement the knowledge, to listen to the feedback, you will get step by step into the right mood. And for all founders today, we will definitely share your pitch decks and startup profiles. Please keep them updated, by the way, your startup profiles. They will be received by all investors from today's session and all the network of crypto VC investors on InnMind platform, which is now around 170 VC funds. We will also be glad to introduce you between each other if you see any potential for collaboration, and also introduce you with other projects in InnMind ecosystem that can help you with your go-to-market strategy, that can become your potential cross-marketing partners, biz dev, R&D, and so on. So our team and our venture analysts, Abdul and Mark, will follow up shortly within the next few days with the feedback from VC investors, with introductions with VC investors, and we remain at your disposal for other introductions and development. And I really hope that the next year we will start with announcing some good deals and achievements in your progress. So thank you, everyone. And thanks a lot for investors who joined us today, for your smart questions and contribution. So enjoy your evening or morning, whatever you are, and talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.